Hello, everyone. This is Johnny Webb, Vice President of Marketing and Creativity for Diversegy. Folks, we would like to take a moment here to address increasingly rising electricity rates. We thought it would be very important to address this, which is a national concern, whether it be the rolling blackouts out west or the power outages in the Midwest, or just the overall concern for rising heat, which of course has a tremendous pull on the grid and has an effect on electricity rates in general. But more importantly, I think if anyone's more qualified to address this concern, it should be my friend, my CEO and Chairman, Mr. Alex Rodriguez, to join us in this training here. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. Yeah, I think it's a critical topic. A lot of people at a surface level simply don't understand how energy prices work, and I thought it was a great idea for you to just put together a quick 8, 9, 10-minute overview on energy prices. And here we're talking exclusively about electricity prices. And what we're showing you here is a typical electricity profile. And if you look at the bottom of your screen there, you'll see January through December, and then you see on the left-hand side, those are kilowatt hours. And this is a typical small commercial building. This could be a small restaurant, a small, medium-sized restaurant. This is just a typical commercial energy usage curve, and you can see the usage goes up in the summertime, and then of course it comes down during the off-peak season. And what I want to do is I want to introduce our audience to the concept of an off-peak season. A lot of people don't understand the concept of peak and off-peak. And what happens throughout our country, every year, utilities all across the country charge you a lower rate during this off-peak season.
Wow.
And then what happens is that rate in the summertime goes into what's called a peak season, or a peak season rate, if you will.
Oh, wow. So, Alex, in a way, you could say that it's sort of like during a storm, when there's a shortage of water, we know what's going to happen with the price of water at the local grocery store, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So generally across the nation, though, if I look here on this map, on the graph, it's showing February and March. Generally across the nation, everybody's it's either snowing or it's pretty cold. It's pretty chilly. So it's not a lot of usage as far as air conditioning and things like that, which is pretty much one of the larger pulls on the grid, which would be the electricity.
Absolutely. You're going to have weather. Weather's going to be the biggest driver that creates the peak season. And in some states, or some utilities, their peak season might end in September. Some of them, it ends in October.
Right.
It just varies however they want to treat it. Sometimes they have different tariffs that state allows them to charge X amount of price for X amount of time. So that varies, but for the most part, what you're seeing right here is a peak season.
Wow.
And what happens is that during this peak season, everybody is demanding power.
Because it's hot everywhere.
And you start getting other items that make the price go up. Now, if you've been to any of our other webinars, you know that we've talked about energy prices being at an all-time low. That's true. The wholesale basis for energy prices have been at an all-time low. However, there's other factors that go into electricity. Transmission, constraints, losses, extra hot. When it's hot, the downtown area in any major city is going to be demanding significant amount of energy. And so what a lot of people don't realize is that there's a lot of cost and a lot of risk, and that's why the prices go higher and they charge you more during that time season. What's interesting is what's happening out in the Northeast right now with some of the utilities out there, Pepco and General or specifically, and in respect to the recent storms, all of that damage, that's going to be costly. And you got to remember, utilities have never referred to us as customers.
Right. Ratepayers.
We're ratepayers. They have always referred to us as ratepayers. So you'd better believe whatever costs are going to be incurred, whatever fallout's going to happen. There's a lot of criticism around the response times and the ability to get people's power back online. There's going to be a cost, and that's going to be passed through to the ratepayers.
Wow.
The good thing about deregulation is that gives you a choice to get away from this volatility and allow you to lock in a fixed rate or other innovative products that would help you depending on what your usage is. And what we're seeing right now across the country is prices are beginning to go up. What we're showing you here is an excerpt straight from Pepco's website, and you can see here, effective June 1st, prices for commercial customers went up by about 7%.
Wow.
So effective June 1st, they've gone up. Who knows what's going to happen after that? There's absolutely no price certainty when you choose to stay with the utility. So this is just one example, and what we want to do now is show you a second example. And as you can see, this is a completely different LDC. It's the PP&L service area, and this is going to be from Pennsylvania. As you can see, the small business rate effective June 1st for business is 9.1 cents. And then you can see on September 1st, it's actually estimated to be going up to 9.6 cents. And again, this is directly off of their website. And one of the things that you want to notice here, as you remember in my earlier conversation, I was saying that energy prices definitely go up during the peak season, and we've been at an all-time low, but they're now starting to creep up. So as you can see here, the prices are beginning to go up. Diversegy, right now we currently are offering clients in that area anywhere from 7 to 8 cents per kilowatt hour. The other thing to notice is that when we provide a fixed rate option, it protects you from future increases. So if we're able to save someone, 8% today, and they do a 36-month agreement or a 24-month agreement, that 8% may become 18% within 6 or 7 months. As you can see here on the website, this is the future estimated forward price. It'll be going from 9.1 to 9.6. And people look at that and think, oh, well, that's not significant. Well, depending on your usage, that could be $1,000 a year, or it could be $1 million a year. It just depends on what kind of customer you are. So this gives you the, kind of just reinforces what we've been talking about, utility rates, electricity rates changing, and the fact that Diversegy gives you the ability to avoid those types of increases. So we want to treat you like a customer and not a ratepayer. To sum it up here, critical points to understand about energy pricing, the standard offer service or standard rates that the incumbent utilities offer, throughout the country. In 9.9 times out of 10, they offer little to no price certainty. So if you want to know what that rate's going to be, if you want savings, if you want some form of budget control, then you definitely want to get off of the incumbent standard offer rates. The second thing to point out is that utilities tend to increase your rate when you use the most of your energy. And I go back to the charts where we were showing you that usage profile for a regular business, and then we were showing you the peak season and the off-peak season. So during that peak season, during those summer months, is when they're going to be paying the most. That tends to be the typical practice across the country. Point number 3 here, like I was saying, wholesale energy prices have been at a 10-year low. However, some analysts believe that prices have bottomed out, meaning that they don't believe they can afford to go down anymore. And if you look at the data recently, energy prices have actually begun to creep back up. Our smarter customers, our larger customers, are doing minimum of 36 months agreements. We're doing 60-month agreements, 48-month agreements every time and everywhere where possible. And smarter customers are actually asking and requesting for this information. Fourth, cheapest doesn't always mean best. I know that we focused a lot on the rate per kilowatt hour here and what you're going to be paying, but there's a lot of other critical components as well. Product type, your strategy. Are there going to be any logistical changes, specific contractual terms and conditions, any initiatives that your company may have, such as green initiatives or renewable initiatives. All of those things need to be taken into consideration. And a lot of people don't realize it, but energy is going to be your second or third largest operating expense. You deserve to have a plan and a strategy, and that's where Diversegy comes in. Our value proposition is that we want to represent the customer in the energy buying process. So Diversegy's leverage, Diversegy's proprietary platform, our thousands of marketing agents and representatives all over the country allow us to force these utilities to compete for your business. They go through a due diligence process before they can even participate in the bidding for Diversegy's clients. And we make sure that they adhere to best customer service practices, best risk management practices, overall best industry practices. And then, of course, for our larger clientele, we even take on the role of advisor and help you implement and identify and implement a long-term energy procurement strategy, and then we go to work on your behalf. So we hope that this was helpful. Be sure that you follow us on our different social media outlets, and we look forward to helping you in any way that we can. Thank you and all the best.